Hey everyone, I'm Jasmine and today it's time for a new episode of Dollies and Wine. So here we have some wine. It's a Tinto de Verano. Um, which is basically ice cold red wine mixed with soda. Yes, I hear you think maybe that's weird, but it's delicious. So it's my favorite summer drink of this year, together with uh, um, an Aperol Spritz. So I will say cheers. Mm. So I have made a list, but here's the list. I almost lost the list already. To tell you the updates, because it has been a while that I made my last video, a month or so. So I have a lot of updates, but I'm not all going to show you because then it would be here for more than an hour and that wouldn't be that interesting. So yeah, I am wearing my new skirt I got. Sadly, you can't really see it on camera. Maybe if I sit further away. No, it doesn't really show up that well. Sadly, my camera is my phone, so it's just a small image. So you have to do it with me and how you see me right now. But I hope that's fun enough to watch at. So here we go. So I have quite some updates and some things to tell you about. First of all, in the last video I told you I wanted to make a new dread wig for, I already did one for my Village Tunes, and I wanted to make another one for my Zoom type, and that one it turned out perfect. I don't have it right here to show you because I have too many things to show. But if you're interested, you can check out my Instagram. I will put a link down below and you can check it out for yourself. So the second thing that's up is the second and the third thing at the same time. Because I did a new face up, I'll show you and explain while I show you. So this is my new face up I did. It's pastel and pastel colored, as you can see. He is truly beautiful. It's an Irildo Ringo head that I bought from Den of Angels. Sorry, I had to think of it. I did a first face up, but I really hated his eyebrows. The edges here were very round, and as I'm still learning because I'm not doing face ups for such a long time, I was very annoyed by the fact that they were like that. His eyebrows aren't perfect either because you can't see his hairs because the contrast is almost non-existent, I noticed when it dried up, but at least it's better than what it was, a lot better, and I finally feel connected to him. The problem was he was supposed to be Cody, and I decided to go and do with the head whatever I wanted, and I totally didn't have Cody in my mind when I was doing the face up. So he appeared to be someone completely different, and I was kind of in a pickle because he looks nothing like Cody. He reminded me of a younger brother of Pancake. So what to do? Well, I decided to swap the characters as they were into the shells as they are right now. I will show you the other one. That used to be Pancake's little brother. Oh, I don't know if I can hold him very well because I'm holding two dolls and it's heavy. So this one was supposed to be Pancake's little brother, and his name was Biscuit. Sorry for his hand, it's E. Like that, that's better. And his name was Biscuit. Now he is Biscuit. He fits the OC better. He looks younger. It's just all better. I'm sorry for his messy hair. I just can't fix it right now. And I decided to make him Cody because Cody wouldn't wear pastel clothes, maybe pastel goth like he is wearing now, but no, he wouldn't wear this at all. It wouldn't fit his OC. So I swapped those OCs. So now he is Biscuit and he is Cody. Sorry. And he is Cody. So it all worked out just perfect. So I'm quite happy that that is the first thing I could mention. Ooh. It's very hot here, by the way. It's a hot summer so far. But I'm not complaining because it's better like this than having rain all the time. Even though it's not really made for Lolita outfits, because I like to be full dressed. And yeah, you have to keep in mind that you're getting a bit sweaty. Okay, but that's the second news and third news that I had. The first news was of course the dread wig. So I have more news to go. Cheers, by the way. I bought myself something that actually got me into the hobby. If you see my introduction video, which was very short and not that interesting to be honest, well, if you watched it, then there's going to be a small bit of information that you already know, but it's like not even 1 minute, so it's doable, I guess. So I bought myself oh my god, her bag falls. A tulip, or actually a bijou. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly. So I already had a tulip before, and I liked her. I still have her, but she's at my mother's place. But this time yeah, let's start at the start. When I saw her online for a very reasonable price, she was around 70 euros, I guess. I contacted the seller immediately. It was on the Dutch marketplace. She also has a bow, by the way, it fits her dress, but it doesn't stay very easily. So when I was looking for Angela Pretty clothes, because I was a Lolita back then before I went into the BGD hobby, I looked for Angela Pretty clothes, and I found a tulip, not her, but a different one. I loved how it looked, and because of that, the shop that was selling this tulip, not her specifically, but the other one, they were also selling ball jointed dolls. And that's actually how I came into the hobby, purely by coincidence, by checking out Angela Pretty, finding a tulip, looking what the seller else sells, and noticing a word you don't know, a BGD. And that's how I started to get interested in BGDs. Why were they so expensive? What they look so beautiful, but why are they dolls so yeah, I was very interested in them. They looked so beautiful, but I didn't know if I wanted to take a gamble with such an expensive thing. But the actual reason was Angelique Pretty and a tulip that I got interested in the whole hobby. So I'm very glad to announce that I have her finally. She's kind of a symbol to me, so I don't expect her to go anywhere for at least a long time. You can't keep all symbols or things that has some symbolic meaning to it, but this one is pretty special and she's so cute. I really love her. She even has a stand with sparkles on them. So let's put her down onto her place. So that's basically the story about me getting into the hobby. A very short one, but I didn't have a friend or anything who already was in the hobby, so yeah. Delicious. So next thing, I decided not to get many more SDs because it takes up a lot of space, and my closet doesn't have that much space anymore. My closet is pretty well stuffed, so if I want to have an SD doll, simply an SD has to go. So So I wanted to look for a lily cat pulpy. I don't know if I pulpy, if I pronounce it correctly, but I wanted to look for her on Eldol. But suddenly, in Den of Angels, I found one for quite cheap. So I decided to contact the seller. She had two for sale, a normal skin and marron glacé, it's called, I think. And I got the marron glacé one because the normal skin was already sold. I would have preferred a normal skin because I already have two 10-ish, lily cats. So, but I got the marron glacé, which makes me quite happy as well. So I'm glad that she is, as we speak, she's coming her way, and for that price, that's just awesome. I'm going to try and do the face up myself because I decided that, especially with fancy sculpts, I have to try it myself. And if it doesn't work, then I can always send them to an artist. And I already have someone in mind who I would send her to in case it doesn't work. So that's actually a good thing because I'm kind of usually in a hassle to who I want to send her to if it doesn't work. Um, Also, I sold my ring doll, how is it called? Jack the Ripper head to get a ring doll Rinku head, and I already purchased the Rinku head, so that also means that I have to wait for the Rinku head until it arrives. That's of course exciting, and I already have an idea who does the face up. She doesn't know it yet, but I'm planning to let Soft Poison do the face up of that one. I'm not even going to try because I just want her to have, to be creative and to have fun with it, let's say it like that. So she will have the freedom of the artist. So we talked about Poppy that's coming in. We talked about the new face up and showed you changing Biscuit and Cody. And now we are going to talk about Moon. Some people might have seen in my box opening that I have a new Viditunes doll. Of course, I opened a lot of more items with that box opening, but I choose to only show Moon at this time because I don't want to repeat too many things. So this is Moon, and as some people know, she came from Luna Mickelson. And I was really glad that she told me that she wanted to sell her because she's quitting the hobby. And I was able to get her, and because I sold a lot of things those days. So here she is. This is Sweet Moon. And now I have two. I have a grey Viditunes and I have a mint one. So far I am planning to keep it with those, but to be honest, with the Cyclopses it's never too much. They're all so cute and they look so cute together. I got so many extras with this big box opening as well, so I was really glad to receive this little Moon. About Moon, she doesn't belong to a big story of mine, but actually, of course, she goes together with UFO, who is also the Cyclops. They kind of live in their own fantasy world, so it's good that they are two now, and they speak a language most of the others don't understand because they're aliens. They look like it, so they are aliens. And that's how the story kind of started. They're very cute and they're both girls, so they don't have a very big story because I don't think the small dolls need such a big interesting story to me. I just like to have them and to play with them, so they always get a small story, a global story, and I can always change things, of course. Also, a thing is that I never RP my small dolls. I don't know why, but I think it's just because I'm used to doing grown-up RPs, and because with I don't know where it can go with, for example, an MSD, a child. They don't have that many worries or things in the world. Of course, some do, but most don't. So this was Moon. Oh, it's starting to get really hot. Oh well, whatever. I have to deal with it. So I wonder. Yeah, I wonder if I will get another Village Tunes in the future or not. Because yeah, probably a Village Tunes, but maybe another Cyclops or not. I just checked out the list for Eldol and the exhibitors that go there, and I saw a lot of things I like. So I'm very curious what I'm able to buy, and I already have a small list of companies, mostly artists that I'm interested in. Um, Depending on what they bring with them, to be honest, because I would really like a fancy a fantasy colored doll, a small doll, USD or smaller, because I am going by airplane and I don't have extra luggage space, so not much. So that's going to be tough, I guess. I already asked Lilycat, and they told me that they told me that it's possible to ship the doll after I leave Dollyverse. Oh my god, after I leave Eldol. Sorry, Dollyverse is the Dutch thing that's not there for a long time anymore. So I'm curious. Are you going to Eldol as well, or are we going to meet? Or maybe we're not going to meet. I'm going to be there probably in casual clothes because yeah, I don't have that much space to wear a Lolita outfit in my suitcase, because I only can bring one suitcase and I want to bring home with me, if I find the right one, a small doll. And it's going to be a skinny 27 centimeter ish doll, or a fairy like doll like the Zoom monthly fairies. That's at least what I'm planning on, or fancy doll like a Cyclops, or yeah, I saw more things that I like, but we will see. Um, so on to the next one. Chelsea came in. I think I already told you that I had plans to buy an Ipo House doll again, and I did order her. And Ipo House was so fast; they delivered her within a month, and I just don't understand, because I understand that some companies have to take, yeah, will need like a lot of time, because maybe they're more busy than Ipo House, for example. Ipo House also is a two-man company, and I don't know why can they manage it to be to ship items on time, and why can others not? Do you know it? I sure don't know it. So, but of course, I was very pleased to have her here this soon, and she's perfect in every way. And I ordered her with an Apple House face up, which I usually don't do. Or well, I sometimes, depends on the face up if I order them with or without face up. But the good thing is you don't have to send her away again to a face up artist, which is good. And the face up in my case was perfect. So let's grab her. Oh, I'm sorry. She's almost nude. So this is her. And yeah, she's dressed in a very short dress. That's typical her. And this is her. She is an Apple House Bliss in special real skin. And the truth was, for Chelsea, I was looking for a sculpt for a long time. I reshelled her so many times, but she always got the sculpts that weren't, yeah, chosen for her, but I had the sculpt, so I decided to shell her in that one. And that's why Chelsea took a very long time to complete her. I'm very glad that eventually I caught her, and she's so beautiful and she poses quite well. Even some people say Eifelhouse poses horribly. Of course, the sitting thing is an issue because she will fall back, but other than that, she's just gorgeous. She also got green eyes from Eifelhouse, which is great. You can see them very well right here, but at least you see it a little bit. And the special real skin, yeah, I already own dolls in special real skin, 2 actually, but they are very old, so I definitely prefer the newer special real skin, which is still very close to the old one, which is really old, by the way. So yeah, so I was lucky enough to buy this dress off the Dutch marketplace a while ago, and she already has some shoes on, as you can see. Not the perfect ones, but at least it comes close to that. And yes, I can finally say that I have Chelsea in my hands, so it definitely feels great to have her back. I really want to spend some time photographing her, but these days, when I have time left to play with my dolls, this week it's all about redressing dolls and just playing with them myself instead of posing them and redressing them. Sometimes it's all about face-upping, some weeks are all about taking pictures, so I'll wait until another week comes that I'm all about taking pictures again. I'm not going to force it, because force it doesn't work at all. So this is about Chelsea. Let's tell a little bit about her story, because I do make stories, but I don't know if people are interested or find it interesting at all to get to know my stories, but we will see. Let me know if you're interested in hearing more about stories, more detailed, because I'm thinking about making a series of videos explaining some backstories, but it kind of holds me back, honestly, because my stories have been stolen since a long time. And with stolen, I mean definitely a copy paste of my story, and it was not fun. Even the person was new in the hobby and she thought it was okay, and I told her it was not really acceptable to do such a thing. She can do it because she can do whatever she wants, but it's not really good. So I told her that, but even that she didn't care and she just left it on. And then I decided to keep the stories to me and my friends. Then I had a few online friends that actually used my stories, which hurt me even more, like it was nothing, because with the specific dolls I'm talking about, especially with Sydney, it's my story. It's my own personal story. Sydney's life is mostly based on my own life, so for me there's almost no fiction on that story. It's the only fiction that is there is that he is married and he is gay. That's the only fiction, actually. So from there on, from the part he gets married, things change for him differently than it does for me. So I'm thinking about making a new OC, developing a new OC, even though I said no more OCs. To make a doll that is like me right now, because I can't change Sydney's story because he's happily married, and it's just not going to happen. Then that they are going to part. It's something I would like for my story, for example, but it's just not going to happen. Now, I wouldn't like that either. I like them together as well. But about Chelsea, short version, she is raised by 2 hippie parents. She is very free spirit and thinks that boundaries are the enemy. She's a free love type of girl, really, yeah, really hippie spirited and love for everyone and things like that. She doesn't like to have a boyfriend or anything because she is so free spirited, and she doesn't like to be bound because a lot of guys don't give her the free space that she needs or that she is used to. So she prefers to be the female player instead. She's a model for Victoria's Secret, and she came there because she was scouted by another model. Her name's Ivy. She is a lot older, and Chelsea is supposed to be replacing Ivy also when the time is there. Chelsea's probably one of the sweetest girls in my crew, one of the most comforting people around, and positively spirited. She is very, very social, and she knows like everyone, so she's very important to my story, and that's why I, of course, have missed her a lot. But what's going to happen is all still going to be a secret, at least until the time is there. So I will tell you more about her when the time is there. So enough of that, Chelsea. We have one more thing coming up, and then I'm actually done with my updates. Are you still watching? Then a cookie for you, a virtual cookie, because I can't resend cookies. So, next one up. I sold my Angel's doll, Siam. There's only one reason why I sold him. Well, yeah, not really one, but I sold him because I wanted the money to buy a new doll and I needed space. So it was 1 + 1. First, I saw that Dust of Dolls they were announcing that they were going to open pre-orders this summer for a Dust of Dolls Wawa, which is again a big doll. I kind of said to myself that I didn't want that many big dolls unless it's an OC that already existed, but her OC doesn't exist at all. So, but then I already have my thoughts on the Wawa to get her, and I already sold my Angel's doll, which was sold very fast. But then I saw the stuffed doll Coty. That's really weird. For sale, and for a reasonable price for once. A lot of people ask like €100 on top of the original price, which just goes too far for me because I think the original price was already good but not cheap, let's say it like that. So I always said that I'm not going to get a Coty or a Kota because because of the second-hand prices, they are too expensive, and maybe, who knows, I'm lucky on Eldo. But that's a small chance because there are a lot of dolls, and then it's a big opportunity that I have to pick another doll or want to pick another doll instead. Because it would mean that I otherwise wouldn't have that much money to spend on clothes, and I'm really a big clothing fan and accessories and whatever. So I definitely need the money for both, for a doll and clothes. So we'll have to see what I want to get. And I don't want an SD, I want USD or smaller. Maybe between MSD and USD is still doable, but it really depends. I already have a few, like I said, a few companies or artists in mind where I could get one. But suddenly, there was a Coty online for sale, and I contacted the person because it had a face up, it was very well priced, and if I could get that instead of the Wawa, it would still save me a little bit more money that I can spend on Eldo, which is great because I don't need a fortune with me, but I want to spend some money, and the more the better, to be honest. And yeah, I like to have maybe I will spend some extra to get some outfits already before Eldol, so you never know. So I contacted her. Sadly, there are two people in front of me, two people in front of me. One already bailed out, and now let's really hope that the second one bails out as well. I already discussed this with a friend, and I said if I can't get the Coty, then I will go with the Wawa, because that's just a sign. Then I won't be too sad. Of course, I will be a little bit sad because I would really like her right now, but yeah, you can't always have everything you want, or then I will just see it as a sign. Then the Wawa is the one to go with, and then my Dust of Doll Bomi will have another friend, and I will make her a goddess as well, as my Dust of Doll Bomi is, who is called Luna. So that's quite some news, so you will probably hear from me soon if it's going to be the Coty or the Wawa. Or soon, or in another month when I do my new update video. I hope that you will be watching that as well. Let's see, do I have other news than this? I think I told it by now, and I also told my future plans kind of in between the lines, so I guess this was it. Okay, well, I took my time. As you can see, it's more than 31 minutes, so I hope that you enjoyed it. And I have one more question, or one question, I already said it, but if you want to answer, please do. Are you interested in getting to know more of my BD stories? Because I decided that maybe it's time to tell them to my YouTube viewers as in story mode, where I will tell the stories about a specific OC, a short version of it, because otherwise I will be talking for hours. And because I think that's more interesting. I know that my stories have been stolen, but right now I'm at the time of my life I just don't care, because nothing is original anymore, and yeah, I will keep a few stories to myself, because just to protect it, or I will decide to tell parts of it yet, but we will have to see. Let me know if you're interested in knowing stories or thoughts behind the stories, or why I created the story, because I think that would be very interesting to look or to watch, because I usually don't share that information. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you enjoyed it, please like the video or comment, and I will reply as soon as I have time. And don't forget to subscribe to see more of my videos. I want to say bye. Thank